then. So first video review for today, for this week, is for Love's Encore Omnibus by Miranda Macleod. For any of you that didn't see the introduction video last week, this is what the book looks like. It's a bumper, it's got 3 novels in it, so this video review obviously is going to focus on all 3 of those, but combined, because this is an omnibus. So if you want to check out my Goodreads review, I did just post that the other day, so if you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description below, and if you're on my blog or on Facebook, then there is a link within the post. And this is the video review. So Love's Encore Omnibus by Miranda Macleod. It's made up of 3 stories: A Road Through the Mountains, Your Name in Lights, and 50% Illusion. And it follows the story of Cecily, I hope I've said that right, Cecily and Rory, and they meet again after many years have passed, and life sort of took them in different directions, and their story progresses as they sort of find each other again, but finally for Cecily, she's getting a chance to make her dreams come true, the ones she dreamed of when she was back in college, before she ended up down the path she ended up, that took her away from Rory in the first place. So between the pressure of family, unexpected situations, and a relationship, both Cecily and Rory, they endure a lot of drama and heartache, and the realisation that the path to true love, that path they want, isn't going to be as smooth as they thought, and that they will still meet obstacles along the way even now. But the happiness is there. There's lots of happiness, and if they just work really hard and compromise, they will achieve what they've dreamed of. So it's up to them to make it happen, and this bumper edition with all 3 novels is that complete journey, so you literally won't be missing any of it. So like I say, the omnibus edition contains 3 stories: A Road Through the Mountains, Your Name in Lights, and 50% Illusion. So that is the whole story, basically, all 3 novels, 1 book, and they follow the blossoming second chance romance for Cecily and Rory, and each story takes a part of their life. So the first one, obviously, it takes the second chance, the meeting again, and it focuses a little bit on their past, and it gives you some insight into how they came to be acquaintances and know each other, and then what everything is underlying between them that's causing the drama. And then you have the second story, which then sort of focuses more on their relationship together now that they've decided to go for it. And the third one is then just it's more Rory's story, and it's a lot about, it's almost like a flip reverse in some respects, and you're just getting all Rory's insecurities, whereas in the first stories and the second story you were getting more of Cecily's, but you get a nice balance between the 2 characters. So I loved the stories. They were really they were really realistic. They covered really realistic elements, from like earning forgiveness, owning mistakes, explaining past actions that you didn't really have the chance to, and you didn't think you'd ever get. And there was a really deep connection between Cecily and Rory, like really, really deep. And I'm so glad that we got the opportunity to go on this massive adventure with them, because it was a hell of an adventure, from where they then met again years later to where they then ended up at the end of 50% Illusion. So it really is an amazing story. And like I say, a lot of the first story focuses on Cecily finally breaking free and following her heart. And then the second story follows obstacles for both of them, so you get a lot of split perspective. And then the third one, it really tests their relationship as well. In some respects, it really tests whether they're going to make it. And the third story is also one that sort of connects the dots. It's like a typical trilogy. You've got the meeting, the middle part where there's lots going on, and then you've got a connecting of all the dots. So I think for me this was just such an exciting adventure, and having it in a bumper collection meant that I read all the stories together, because usually when I get a trilogy or something I won't read it like that, I'll intersperse it with other things. But because obviously this was all in one book, I didn't want to do part, then part again, then part again, and it was so tempting to just keep reading. It was right there for you. This is a really good way to do a book, because you're getting everything and you don't have to wait for the next instalment either, and you can just buy it as one. And you could just read the whole series in one go, and it takes a lot of work, but it was totally worth it. It was totally worth to go on this journey through all 3 novels with them in depth like this, and it was such an experience for me, because like I say, I've never done that. I usually, if I have a trilogy or a series, I will read one, then read something else, then go back to it, then go back to it, just because they're in separate books. But this one, because it was all in one, it was just packaged nicely for me just to carry on, and so I did. And I had such an amazing time getting sort of emotionally lost in Cecily and Rory's past, their whirlwind romance, and I barely put the book down, really. Actually, I don't think I came up for air for like ages. I was just like, I was so determined to get it all read and know where the story went. So I think it was really good in that respect. I loved that it was just all in one book. It was a massive feat, but it's so worth it. Honestly, it is really worth it. I mean, I would usually read 3 books in a week or 4 books in a week, so I mean, it was just what I would do. It just meant I was reading one instead of 3 separate books, and I absolutely adored the story. I really hope these 2 make an appearance in future, even if it's just a short story, because they have had so much story, and I would love to see more from them, because I really do think we still only have just got a touch of them and their lives, and I'd love to see, knowing what I know about the story, no spoilers, I would like to see where they are 10 years down the line, or maybe further. I'd really like to know, and I'd love to see more from them. They really were fated to be together, and there was something truly beautiful between them. It was really lovely. All the things it dealt with, and all the trials and tribulations they had to go through to get what they wanted. But yeah, I highly recommend this series. I think it's really good, whether you read the omnibus edition or whether you purchase the 3 novels separately, or however you do it. But the bumper edition, it will keep you busy for days, and you can really sink your teeth into it. So I definitely recommend getting the omnibus. It's all there packaged nicely for you in one, but I understand some people, they like to get their series separately, so I'll pop a link in the description to Love's Encore, so that you can go and grab a copy of the omnibus edition, and then if you want to look around, obviously you can see if you can get them separately if that's what you want to do. But I really hope you'll give the omnibus a go. Like I say, it will really keep you busy at the moment. It'll give you reading for weeks, or days, depends how fast you read, and it was really enjoyable, and I really loved it, so I hope you will too. If you've read the Love's Encore Omnibus by Miranda Macleod, please let me know. Please get in touch below, or even if you've just read parts of the series again, it would be great to hear your thoughts, what you think of the characters and their story, and if you haven't read it yet but you're planning to read it, or if it's on your to be read list, again, it would be great to hear from you, because it's always great to hear what you're interested in reading, and if you do read it, I hope you love it. Bye.